And I have one here that I moved the plate from one base to another, and I drilled a couple of holes and I actually put screws in there. I didn't use a die or a tap. But anyway, whoever took it off, however it came off, they did not scrape it off. So it's not scratched under there. However, either the chemistry and the adhesive or subsequent damage maybe in removing it maybe have actually lifted tiny little pieces of the chrome off. I used two kinds of solvent. I started with Goo Gone, which takes off adhesives, and then I went to a more solvent type thing called Goof Off. And both of them improved it, got some of it off, but not all of it. So then I went to their website, looked it up, and I thought, well, I'll just buy another plate. You know, they got replacement parts. That's the one part they don't list, and that may be because of their registry of those. Those go back to the early 1900s, and people collect them, and they're a mark of authenticity and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know if you can get a plate or not. It doesn't really look half bad without it.
Oh, that's neat. I didn't realize the history there, but so that must have been a big deal. Maybe the plate was a big deal.
I would agree with you. Except in this case, this is definitely a newer model of paddle that they didn't even have years ago, this particular style. And I know it's new. The new plates are actually not as cool as the older plates, which were stamped brass. And the little bug, they had a little lightning bug on it, and they painted his body red. And it just looks cool, and it was riveted on. So I wouldn't think, given the vintage of this, there would be anything special about the plate. And the plate, without the device it's attached to, really doesn't mean anything. So, we'll never know. But it works great. It looks very nice, even the way it is. And I'll give you those other finger pieces in case you want to try to make it feel. Did you ever have one of these before?
Yeah, I did. It was a double. I had the... what the heck was the one with the two? It had like a diamond paddle.
Well, there's one that has diamond pivots in it.
Well, no, I mean the paddle itself was a plastic, clear plastic. What the heck was the name of that? I see that all the time on eBay.
Okay, well, I don't remember one with a clear plastic base, but there's benchers.
No, it's not a clear. The paddles were clear plastic, and it was a bencher. That's what it was. It was black.
Okay. Well, that's the one that's sort of a spring. What you're actually used to then, two paddles, the finger pieces being the same shape for your fingers. They're your two fingers and your thumb. They're the same shape. So these, which are oval shaped like they're the ones that came on it, which were actually manufactured to be on it, they'll feel the same. And the bencher was inherently an iambic capable paddle because you could squeeze it together and make both contacts make at the same time. This does the same thing. So this ought to be, I think you'll like this better than the way the feel of the bencher was. I never really liked the feel of them that much, but the fact that the paddles are the same shape and it was designed for iambic will fit you and what you were used to. I think it'll be great.
I can't wait to try that. That's kind of neat. Now, I don't understand the what looks like a game piece. What is that? Is that just like something that you would hang on to as opposed to the thumb and index finger?
Do you mean the one piece that's round?
I was looking at your second picture. Your second picture has a paddle on one side, and it looks like a thimble on the other.
Yeah, okay, that's right. Well, that's the ones I was offering you because I was trying to make it more like a single lever paddle like I have. I'll show you another picture here. But you won't actually want that. What you're used to is the way it came, and it's going to be just great. It's just an idea I had. Those are red finger pieces I had off of mine, and what you do, the round piece that goes for a right-handed person on the right-hand side, you put your forefinger and your middle finger on that round piece. And then, given the length of people's fingers generally, which are longer than their thumbs, the oval piece that sticks out is where your thumb goes. And so that's on the ones that can only make the contacts in one direction or the other. They can't be squeezed to make a da-da, 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 which is what an iambic keyer will do. For those are both the same shape because you sort of exert the different pressure on them or whatever. But for the ones that just go back and forth like I have, the other ones I have, that's what you do. 2 fingers go on the round piece and then your thumb goes on the oval.
Well, this ought to be pretty interesting. And I've never had a radio with a keyer.
Well, there you go. I mean, it's all built in, and you can set it up for iambic or not. And in fact, what you might want to do, you can set it in the menus, I'm sure. You can turn off the iambic keyer, but leave it set up for paddles, and that'll sort of keep you honest. It'll keep you from squeezing them inadvertently and getting an alternating dot and dash pattern. See, there's a picture I sent you. That's mine with the black finger piece.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. I was just real pleased. I mean, I thought, after all the looking we've done, let me show you what I'm talking about. You'll see. But anyway, I'm sure my description made sense. But here I am holding the thing. Okay. Well, I can't tell exactly, but... So I've got all the single action because that's the first thing that my buddy up the street, 5 houses up the street, he got a keyer, a little keyer that he put in a box. Actually, it was just a little circuit board, but it just did dots and dashes. No memories, nothing fancy. I don't know if it had self-completing dots and dashes or not. Let's ID here, K4SL.
KC1U.
But he had that style, and it came with red finger pieces in those days and a tan-colored base. And let me start the timer here. So I got one of those when I finally could afford my own keyer years later. And then I saw the ones with the black finger pieces and the gray painted bases, and I really liked it. So I bought the base and I bought the finger pieces back then, and I took all the other parts off the one I had that was tan and the red finger piece. I stuck the finger pieces in the drawer, the parts drawer. I don't know what I did with the base. I threw that away, I guess. It was a bad casting, too. It had a line down through it. It had wrinkle-finished paint. So since then, I've gotten 2 of the black and gray ones. Well, the one that I retrofitted, and then a new one that was just black and gray from the factory. And since then, as you can see, the one I just showed you that I have at the main station, that has a chrome base also. Yours, when it was designed, did not have the nameplate along the side like mine does. It actually fit under the mechanism on the base.
Yeah, I saw that.
So yours is newer. But anyway, I think you'll like it. It has a nice feel. It looks great, and it's attractively priced, I'd say.
Oh, that's great. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, of course. I was really, really happy to find it. So that'll be traveling with me when we need to exchange the amplifier.
Good.
You don't have to wait. And I didn't see much else there that I was really pining for. No amplifiers like I like, and I don't want an amplifier. I want my solid state one back from the factory, and when they revive me after I pass out from the bill, then I want to put it in line and use it.
Sounds like you're getting ready for it.
Yeah, I'm trying to prepare myself. Well, the 5th of this month, when I go fly on Fifi, it will be exactly 2 months since I sent it out there. That was kind of at the long end of how long they had typically been taking to get fixed.
Well, I just got over a situation that was almost like that. I had the motorhome in for inspection, for Pennsylvania inspection, and while he was going through all the stuff, he's pretty thorough, this guy. He goes through the whole motorhome, but he found that there was a sway bar in the back. These sway bars are huge, and one of the hangers was cracked and broken. He said, "Do you have a new one?" So I said to him, it's funny. I was thinking, last year I tried to get a whole new sway bar for the back of the motorhome, and those things they're very expensive, and their supply chain, I don't know what was going on with that, but it just I waited almost 6 months, and then I just canceled the order. Because they couldn't get parts. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Anyway, I said to him, I was thinking about doing that. I said, would you consider putting it in? And I just said that just because, I was going to do that. I mean, I did the front one. It can't be any harder than that. So he said, sure, yeah, that'd be all right. And then, so while I was in there, he said, by the way, you need new brakes in the back. Now, this is in between the doors. So he said you need pads and rotors, too. So, and I trust him, but, he said that was really what needed to be done. So anyway, I'm making this story a lot longer than it needs to be. So he said, yeah, there's that in the inspection. And I think he found something else, and we said, well, I just did it. So I know this job to put that sway bar on, it took a long time. And I had done the front one, and I think it probably took, I don't know, then I had a friend of mine who was giving me a hand, because the bar itself must weigh 130 pounds or 40 pounds, and you're underneath there trying to lift the thing up and put it into place. So I was scared to death of the bill. I just couldn't believe it. I thought, oh man, this is going to be crazy. What it starts, it might take at least $2,000, maybe $1,500. Oh man. And I get there, and the bill was like $500. I said, are you kidding me? And he said, no, why? I said, never mind.
Yeah, no, that's a good story. It's all right. I told an extra long story, really, for what was involved there, but. No, that's something. I had no idea that kind of weight. That sounds like when we put the mast in the tower at the other place. The thing weighed 160 pounds. It's 20 feet long, and we're pulling it up and sticking it in a hole at the top of a 100-foot tower. I'm glad I wasn't doing that job.
Oh, Bryce Harper just hit out run.
Oh, nice. How's he hitting these days?
Very good. Very good.
Well, he was the big gun when he was down here with the Nats in the old days. They were just getting reestablished.
Yeah, it's a shame he missed the World Series.
Yeah, it is. It really is, actually, because he contributed.
This thing is it's one of two in the back, because the back is always a big issue. So there's two sway bars. And they keep everything steady, and it's amazing. But this thing is so much bigger than the original one. So they keep the original one in there, and then they put this new one also in tandem. And it's probably, I don't know, like an inch and 5/8, 3/4, or something around, and it's all chrome poly steel. It's just really sharp looking. But anyway, I was so happy to get it back, and I've been working on the motor for the I got it back on Thursday, and I've just been trying to just catch up with stuff with it. I wanted to buff it and wax it and do some things that I didn't get a chance to do. And we have Corian countertops in the kitchen, and I wanted to buff one of those out. Debbie put a crock pot down and didn't realize that, well, she didn't know. She had no idea. But there was a screw that stuck out the bottom. I don't know how this happened, but somehow or another, when she slid it across the countertop, it put this big scratch in the countertop. Well, Corian's pretty forgiving, so I got that squared away. Some really fine sandpaper and some compound and buffing it, and it came out great.
Oh boy, that's lucky. Well, probably resisted some of the scratching. It didn't just gouge it. And who would guess that was on the bottom of the crock pot?
It's weird. It's a screw. I think, well, the feet keep it away from the countertop, and I don't know whether it just got loose or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, we're just going to head up to Lancaster. We're leaving tomorrow after church, and we're going to go up there for a few days with our friends. That's always a fun thing. It's going to be. Have you ever had rolled ice cream?
No, I don't think I know what that is. I mean, I've been to a place called Cold Stone where they fold it back and forth and mix all kinds of stuff together in it.
That's what it is. It's on a round steel plate, or sort of what's this? It's a round metal plate that's refrigerated. It's really cold, and they pour the cream on there. They put all kinds of crazy stuff in it. I just like vanilla and chocolate. I don't go for all that stuff. I fucking have ice cream. I want either vanilla and chocolate, and that's it. I don't want the candy in there, and I don't want the fruit in there, and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, that's what they do. They lay it out, they spread it out, and then they cut it into sections, and then roll it up. And it looks like it's a fairly small cup, and they put these rolls that are about 5 inches high in this cup, and there you go. And you think, oh, that's not much ice cream. Oh my God, it's so hard to finish. It's so rich. Anyway, I can't wait to go. We're going to go on Monday.
Sounds good. I'm waiting for this guy.
What the heck?
Bye now. No driver's license comes with amateur radio equipment.
I was reading about tuning the amplifier. This guy should do it too.
You know, we were talking about it today because Don, I went by Don's booth, you know, the guy that made the watt meter kits and the antenna switch kits. I hadn't seen him since he's back from Dayton. He sold a bunch of them out there. And did I tell you the story about the cabinets on those?
No, what?
Well, they're powder coated, which are real nice. And his supplier called him and said, hey, the 400-pound bag of that color that you've been using that you like, your original color, I'm running out, and you have to buy another 400-pound bag. You have to commit to that, which is some phenomenal expense. And he said, I don't really want to do that. I mean, I don't know how many more of these I'm going to have, but probably not 400 pounds worth. Let's ID here, K4SO.
KC1U.
So he said, well, what else you got in stock? Well, he had another blue color that he's got a lot of. I guess that's a standard color he keeps all the time. And I got to see it today, and it's a really sharp one. It's really nice. I mean, I like it as well or better than the original. Not that I had any complaints about the original. The original stuff here, the original control box I have for the switch, the antenna switch, he spray painted those himself. And I re-spray painted the outside case, which was black. But he did his own screen printing on the cabinets. I was really impressed. I thought, I've never even done that. I've done screen printing as part of my training and back in high school, but I haven't done it my own. That's at home. He does a nice job. Anyway, he said, hey, have you seen any dummy loads here? Because I forgot to bring mine, and so I can't demonstrate my rig going through the watt meter. And so I looked around a little bit. I didn't see anything for a while, and I got talking to people, and I wasn't really looking for much. Anyway, I wasn't looking for anything in particular, except the paddles, sort of. And so finally I found one like 2 hours later. He goes, never mind now. It's got enough people. Nobody demanded it, that I don't want to buy a spare. And so I saw one there, a $50 original heat kit antenna. And he said, people ask me if it has PCBs in it. I have no idea. So I said, well, if you have no idea, I guess I'd probably pass on that anyway.
Well, I mean, he could just get that, to dump that now. And they're using, they're using something else in there. What the heck are they using now? Something pretty inert.
Yeah, they're using mineral oil, but if you use mineral oil, you have to derate the ratings on it. It is not as effective at handling heat. And the guy says, if you don't lick the thing, I mean, you get full peg transformers for used to anyway, for amplifiers if you want 5 kilovolts or so, and the ones off the telephone poles. And all they ship anymore, I think, is mineral oil, and they derate it. But there were some that were made with transformer oil, designed to be transformer oil, but it didn't contain PCBs. So he just didn't know. It didn't look like it was all that old, and you don't see them very often. It was in good shape. I was a little bit tempted, but anyway, I got another key story for you here. Oh, you know what? Wait a minute. So back to this roll ice cream. The one I'm describing, they don't give it to you in little rolls in a cup like that. They just make it into a blob at the end, but they lay it out, flatten it out. And these girls in there, they must have forearms like a drummer. I mean, they're in there doing this stuff all day. It folds that stuff and it's cold, and the stone is cold. I think it's sort of a ceramic. steel or something. Well, it might actually be steel or stainless steel. I don't remember now. I don't go there very often. It's expensive.